All right, guys, we are live. What's up, everyone? We have Sebastian in with us. And Sebastian, we're psyched to talk to you. Sebastian is a podcaster, so he has a connection to us because we're in the podcast world too. We've got the Dubb podcast called Connection Loop. Shameless plug. Anyways, today we're here to help Sebastian. So Sebastian, what's going on? How can we help you? What are your pain points? What are your goals?
Awesome. Well, first off, I love the initiative here of what you guys are doing. So great stuff. First time I'm actually doing it like this way. Someone doing the recordings. So it's a good way to utilize, and I always like seeing new ways of getting new customers. I'm all in for that. Well, it's two main things that I want to use video. First of all, I believe in the power of video email. And it's a different way of connecting with. It's a different way of giving a human way of connecting with people, so to say. So that's where my interest is, in finding the best video platform to use, not just for what I'm doing with my podcast, but also with the company I'm representing now, Hub, which we work with fashion brands. Okay. And in that industry is a little bit different. So I'm getting the process of testing to see the reactions and to see whether it's video email will suit the industry that I'm in, supply chain, and specifically with fashion brands. So that's mainly where I'm at. And the main idea is basically to get a better conversion on response rate more than anything, and give customers a more human way to get to know me, so to say.
Cool. Got it. That makes sense. Darius, you want to take that? That's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So is this more of like the e-commerce side of things, or is it larger producers? What would you say what does that look like? Who exactly is the audience we're reaching out to?
It's end-to-end. So it's a platform. It's a collaborative platform where we're basically you get to integrate, depending which e-commerce you're using, you get to integrate it in our platform. You also get the 3PL side, so in terms of logistics, that's also there. You get your tracking experience, or it's an end-to-end solution, so to say, that we're giving our customers.
Yeah.
And therefore, when you're thinking of who the target is, it could be any fashion brand that you can think of.
Okay.
But we're trying to democratize it in a way that we want to make supply chain and a platform like our one accessible to all fashion brands. So that's basically it. So in video email, I think it's a nicer way to be able to reach out to people. Yeah. But of course, I have a lot of specific questions, because I'm already familiar with video email, and I'm trying to test what's out there. So I'm of course being absolutely upfront in that regards from the start.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we'll get to your questions. Absolutely. So yeah, just I wanted to make sure I understood the audience there. So it sounds like you might be kind of across the board then, like in terms of all fashion brands. So it's not necessarily one specific size. What about audience, like their job description, job title, that person? Because typically, to have the best conversion rates with emails, that's really what it's all about, is speaking to a specific audience. And if we're coming across, it makes it a little bit harder to make that language more specific and more compelling. But when we know exactly who we're talking to, that can really help. So that's why I just wanted to make sure or ask if you had that audience really narrowed down.
Absolutely. No, I totally know what you mean. And it'll be managers, directors. It depends, because that's the most interesting part, when you get to know the fact that in fashion, the structure for when it comes to operation, logistics, and supply chain, it's all over the place. So there's no one size fits all in the structure. So in general, of course, breaking through the noise, it's you wanna make sure that you're using something different. So so I think of decision makers are always up there. So then a director, an operations manager, or a manager will be one of the main stakeholders usually. But it doesn't mean it's the first entry point. It could be a lead, it could be an assistant. There's many entry points as well as a first level, first tier stakeholder.
Okay. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and dive right in. What email systems are you usually using, like a Gmail or an Outlook or a CRM? What does this look like when you're sending these videos or these emails out?
Outlook, HubSpot.
Outlook and HubSpot. Okay, great. So have you kind of had a chance to explore any of the integrations we've had with those platforms yet? Is that what maybe some of the questions are about?
Yeah, I had the chance to see that Dubb is one of the ones that integrates with HubSpot, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a plus right there.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's get started. So we're going to just talk about quickly, really how to the platform works. So the first way is the creation of the videos. So we have a really kick-ass mobile app that allows you to do some really cool things. We can start the video facing this way. We can flip the camera around mid-video. So we can do things like if we want to, showcase like a physical product, we can incorporate that in with the same video. Emojis on the screen, text on the screen, lots of really cool, fun videos you can create right from the mobile. You can also use your cell phone just like you regularly would, or any camera for that matter, like a DSLR or anything like that. So we can take the videos from any outside source. We can also have a built-in screen recorder. So for things like product demos or website navigation or proposals or really anything where you're needing to record your screen. Let me go ahead and actually share my screen in a second here.
Nice.
Okay, sorry about the delay here. Just 1 second. There we go. Okay, so this is the built-in screen recorder here. If you can see that, actually, let me go ahead and refresh the screen here. This is the dashboard here. So the built-in screen recorder is a second type of video you can create. It either has a little profile picture of you down there or a webcam feed, whichever you prefer. There's also a little annotation tool built in. So it's like I said, if you're doing markups on things like a proposal or website nav or anything like that, where providing a visual on the screen is going to help, that's built into the platform. So that is second type. The third type is any just webcam video. So if you're in HubSpot, if you're in your Outlook, there's actually going to be some direct integrations in those platforms that'll allow you to create a video right inside that tool. So here, let's open up HubSpot. I know you mentioned HubSpot. Many of the integrations we have will work just like this as well. So if I go to emails, create, there's going to be a little Dubb icon right inside of the interface. If I give that guy a click, it gives me access to either my library of existing videos. So I can take any one of these and I can insert them, or I can record a brand new video right here inside of HubSpot as well. So while I don't have an Outlook account to show you, it's going to be almost identical to this. So inside of Outlook, there's going to be a little Dubb icon right in the toolbar of that interface. And it does the same thing. It allows you to select from an existing video in order to insert that, and we can track them. The only thing Outlook doesn't allow you to do is record. We can't record directly within Outlook. You can record within HubSpot, though. The other thing is with HubSpot, we do have a very deep integration. So all of your video engagement, all your activity reporting will actually be pushed back to that contact record inside of HubSpot. So that, like I said, all the video engagement will come back to that contact record. Okay, so this is what it looks like inside of HubSpot. Now, what happens when they are receiving this message, either through an email or are you active on LinkedIn at all?
Absolutely. Very active.
Yeah, we also have direct integration with LinkedIn as well. A lot of our users actually, they do most of their prospecting on LinkedIn and exclusively kind of using our tool. So direct integration there as well. Let me go ahead and show you what this looks like. It's really similar to the HubSpot integration. There's a small Dubb icon right in there. Allows you to select existing videos, record a brand new one. You can also check on some activity reporting there. So you can, identify some low-hanging fruit. And now this is what it looks like when you send a video through LinkedIn, is a still thumbnail with the personalization text. And if you're sending it through, let me see, HubSpot or email, it's going to look a little bit different. We can say video for Bob. So inside of either HubSpot or email or Outlook, it's going to look something like this. So inside of an email, you get a still an animated GIF preview with a little personalization text there. So we can actually do this at scale as well. We can have their first name on, if one video is going out to 1,000 people or however many our larger list is, we can use that as well. Now, what happens when they receive this video through either their email or LinkedIn or wherever we're sending it through HubSpot? They click this and it actually takes them back to a Dubb video page. Really similar to this, except for it's going to be all your own stuff. You have your own custom URL, logo as a watermark if you choose that. Excuse me. Custom background image here. And then really the main aspect of our pages here is the idea of using video to drive a conversion. And that's really where we've kind of built these features here so that the playlist and the call to action buttons, what's working well for our clients right now is to build kind of a funnel, if you will, to get them to take the action we want them to. So what you'll see here is an example of like an inbound conversion lead or inbound lead conversion type of video. So they have a really short kind of punchy video.
Dubb is used by over 10,000 people
Mouse
to
froze here
communicate
just
more
one second.
efficiently, more personally, to increase sales and conversions, and to help grow their business.
Sorry about that.
Click the button below to book a time.
So at the end of this video here, it actually transitions automatically into the next video.
Hey, I'm Ruben.
And the reason that's useful is because in sales, what we often want to do is have a really custom intro where we're saying, hey, first name, hey, company X, reaching out to you based on this reason. And at the end of that, it automatically segues into a bulk part of the video that we've already recorded. And so many times we have that where we want to have the very first part of the video be custom, but then the majority of what we're saying is repeatable. And we actually can add some production value like screenshots or animations, make that a little bit fancier, so to speak. Kind of like this video here. You'll see there's some
I want to take
animations
a few minutes of your time to share the mission behind Dubb and how our suite of video creation, hosting, and distribution tools can help you grow your business. I've spent over 15 years developing.
Anyways, so yeah, that's the playlist feature. Really cool. We can avoid editing, going into iMovie and things like that and splicing clips together. We're able to do that really on the fly without any additional tech. Now, the next thing is the CTAs, these call to action buttons here. Really, the idea is to get the person to take action using the video and then the buttons below. And we can program these to do just about anything we want them to. So this one is like a direct integration with my calendar. This one will allow you to visit our testimonial video page. They can do just about anything you want to do. Fill out a form, download an attachment, visit a link, a phone call or text message or email. There's even a video testimonial feature that kind of allows you to collect video testimonials. They don't need to download or sign up or install anything. They just click one button, allows them to send you a little video that you can then download and put as a playlist or put on your website. Lots of kind of cool stuff we can do with those videos. But overall, that is the concept of these video pages, is to leverage both the playlists or doing content and then the actions to get them to take the action we want them to. And now you'll notice here, there's, this is the lowest hanging fruit. This is your people that are ready to convert. But what if they're not quite ready for, that purchase or that call? We want something for them to do that maybe is a softer action, so they're more likely to take it, but that allows them to kind of remain in our ecosystem or in our, business here. So this one, like I said, is a testimonial button. And what that shows up here in Dubb is I can see exactly who's clicking that button. So if I see someone watch the video and they wanted to see our case studies or our social proof, that's a pretty good person to follow up with. And you're able to really quickly identify that using the analytics here. So I can just go into CTAs and see who's clicked those buttons. And that's going to let me know who's ready to follow up with. Okay, so that's kind of the quick demo of the platform. Create the videos however you want. Customize the video to make it look and feel like how you want it, and design it to have the recipient take the action we want them to. And then what we do is we make sure we set this whole page up for you, basically, based on what your business goals are, what your assets look like. So if you have some case studies or reviews, things like that, that's where we provide the support in helping you make these pages be as optimized as possible. So that's it for the quick demo. Let me go ahead and stop my share back here and jump back into StreamYard. So let's see.
Great stuff.
Yeah, what questions you got for me?
Well, I think you made it pretty straightforward on all the features and main ones, and I already had a look before we jump on the call. So I've been already looking into it. I already recorded videos, already sent video emails. So I guess it's more an understanding now on what I'm getting right now on my free trial to understand the differences on what I will get when I'm on the full version.
Yeah.
I need to look into that part. I don't understand on the analytics, for example, at the moment, whether on the free version I could get to see a little bit on who actually clicked on the video.
Mm-hmm.
Is that available on the free version, for example?
Yes. Yeah. So the analytics will definitely, you'll have access to everything the platform has to offer during your free trial.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Then I need to I will need to ask. I'll ask you a couple of questions later when I looked into it. To just answer some queries that I have. My main concern, I guess, it's whether there's a potential chance that the video email can hit the spam folder.
Okay, that's a great question. I would say that intrinsically there's not any higher risk of using a video in an email that's going to, lend you or lead you to a spam box more likely than any other potential email would. There are some things like language. So if you use language like discount or offer or special or don't miss this opportunity, things like that can land you in a spam folder regardless of the rest of the contents of the email. But the way that our platform works is it's just a link and an image. So there's nothing in there intrinsically that's going to increase your risk of ending up in that spam folder. There are a couple of other things like if the name of the video is discount or something like that, that's still going to show up as text with that spammy language. So that's the only thing I would say be careful with is the language of the email itself, and then also the reputation of your domain. If your domain that you're using to send the videos through has been marked as spam or malicious before, then that will also really increase the likelihood of that email being marked as that.
I was just going to chime in, Sebastian. That's a great question. I was just going to chime in just for a moment here. It's a great question. So there's a couple of best practices that I recommend. The way that Dubb works with email sending is that we can connect to MailChimp or Amazon S3 or SendGrid or any number of mail servers, SMTP as well. But you can also connect to Google, to Gmail. And the value of sending videos through Gmail is that they don't end up in the promotions folder. Because anytime you use any major email service, it's probably going to end up in the promotions folder. So we recommend to actually use Gmail, that Gmail integration. So we have a native integration with Gmail. So a lot of people don't know this, and I wish more people use this, but you can send video emails directly from Dubb through your Gmail account. It's a proxy situation, and Google approved us for that. So we're very excited about that. And then the second thing that I'll say is we actually recommend, if you are going to use a third-party mail server, is to do larger blasts, is actually come up with a different domain than what you have. Like, we don't send emails through dubb.com. We send emails through dubbmail.com or dubbemail.com or even dubb.email. So what we found is that it's church and state. We kind of keep them separate. We're very good about emailing only opt-in folks. We're not aggressive about spam because frankly, it doesn't work. But what we have noticed is that it's good to kind of keep things separate and then use that Gmail, Google integration if you can.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
Great stuff.
Good. So yeah, and like I said, inherently no additional risk using videos and emails versus any other form of email. There is one thing, some email filters are very, very strict and you'll get a bounce back. It says, we don't allow URLs. Like sometimes edu or financial domains can be really strict. And you'll get a notification immediately though that the email wasn't delivered because of like a URL or whatever their reason.
Perfect. All right, that definitely answers the question.
Cool. All right, what else we got?
From that standpoint, I think it's maybe I'll ask from your perspective, how do you think you're differentiating from the main players out there?
Yeah, great question. So I would say a couple of things. Let me go ahead and actually jump back into the screen share for this point. Let me share my screen. Okay, a couple of major differences. One is, for one, the custom URL. A completely custom URL is something that we offer that our competitors aren't. A couple of other things on here is like the exit intent pop-up, which is just kind of a marketing feature. So say if they're on the video page, they watch the video here. Sorry, my mouse is giving me trouble today. It keeps getting stuck. Anyway, so they're on the page, they watch the video, say they didn't click a call to action. And then when they go to navigate away from the page, you'll see that exit intent appears. Some little features like that, also the direct calendar integration, the playlist structure, and then also the way that the videos appear within the email. So that little personalization text feature that I showed you where you can put their first name on the thumbnail of the video, the LinkedIn integration, all those things are what makes us different than our competitors. So conceptually, it's just the ability to get more conversions from your videos. So what we've done is build a suite of features that are proprietary to us. So things like that exit intent pop-up, the personalization text, the calendar integration, all those features are really designed to just get you the highest chance to convert from your video pages. That I would say is our primary difference from any of our competitors. is just the optimization of the conversion. The next thing is pricing. We're going to be less expensive than the majority of our competitors. And we're also going to include that coaching where we really make sure you know what you're doing with the platform, which is, again, vitally important to making sure these pages are set up correctly based on what you have at your disposal and what your goals are. And then also, what do your emails look like? Because there's lots of ways to incorporate videos into our outbound messaging. And there's the right way to do it, and then there's less than the right way to do it. And that's, again, something that's really important to us that we want to make sure our clients have a really good understanding of.
Awesome. Yeah. I think that covers the question for sure.
Cool. Yeah, so that's probably the main difference is the coaching, optimization, and then maybe some pricing as well.
Great stuff. Well, thank you so much for showing all this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sebastian. Really, we'd love to have you as a subscriber, and we'd love to support you. We'd love to be coaches to you and work together. And as mentioned, I would like to invite you to the podcast. So I'm going to send you a separate email about that.
Great stuff.
Oh,
all right. If I'll do if you want, I can do off the recording. I can do a lot of questions as well.
Okay, that's good. What I'll do is I'm going to send you my Dubb video landing page that has my calendar integration, where you can actually book a time to be in my calendar. So I'm going to send you one link, and I'm going to get hopefully a conversion out of that, which is to have you be a guest on my podcast.
Awesome, Ruben. Let's do it.
All right.
All righty.
And I have to ask one last question. What country are you from, Sebastian?
Argentina.
No me digas. Okay. Mira, no somos boludos aquí.
¿Dónde aprendiste español?
Yo aprendí español en España actualmente. Yo viví con una familia y aprendí castellano, sí.
Muy bien. Hablas bien.
Gracias. Okay, Che. Nice. Adiós, Che.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Have a good one, Sebastian.
All right. Talk soon.
All right. Bye-bye.